Fmr Afakuma Kaswa Onashe J Nama channel.
Ebusia me obi akwaba e ojinya me channel so se de abrebia no ye de niam ekoso ebremo no enimu enkomo na ene so ye nimu ba bedi minim se be 2 weeks ago eye munyanti ye se eye Ghana Embassy na e Washington no o ma closing it down na emu nsense ni bi no e na me no e ba be che na wanso aya awe no hu de we a ekoso enu ntina me se also be subscribe wa share se de next time no ye de BBC to wa on the first person obenya na watimu se de onka yes said de me ko manka bi nso de wankokora na enye sebe ene senti America intikaye ne first person kra ka itimi hu emunsem the former ambassador Her Excellency Hajia Alima MPP Fmr na odiso no or such a nice wonderful lady I met no twice Memphis otumfo 82 yebodi a ne abuye mu oba Memphis no yekohia Dallas nso asantema Israel no oba menene hia ntino menene bonkomo kakra ntino menene otwa kakra but interview we dey on Black Rasta Ebanro 3FM on ne emu na mpese wo ye utie kakra na hwe ne me course de ye koye minim se what say there was fraud bi fair quartin bi oye fraud ma enu ntom close a whole embassy down enu nsensem bebre ebia na politics there was fraud but ebia na de ensem koye no na nye sa na etie but ono nkwa we de wono watu nanum ton ono so cheche Black Rasta na ni di nkomo cheche ne ma bebre de ya ne ma course ntide nya botre na tie kakra na ntofa wadwen found say political propaganda ni bio na say bia say just rare case na si anase bibisa odi tie the course no.
Honorable Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa was in parliament and he pointed accusing fingers at you in one way or the other that you signed a criminal contract for one Fred Quartin right there in America, and that he's been siphoning money into his private accounts, money that should have come to Ghana, 4.8 million American dollars annually. You signed that contract and you gave him the leeway to steal from the good people of this country. Do you know this Fred Quartin guy?
Yes, he's with us all the time. He does so much work from the embassy. I know him so well. And let me say from the onset that the contract that I signed has no correlation whatsoever to the allegations made by Honorable Ablakwa Okujeto.
Right.
There is no correlation whatsoever. And I respect him as a minister. When he started talking, I didn't want to jump into it and start saying things. I just said, this is a minister, he will eventually find out what is happening in the embassy.
Wow.
But when he went to parliament and made that statement that I signed a contract that sought to legitimize palpable wrong.
Right.
I said, no, this is the time I have to set things right. I also have a feeling that he himself needs time to understand the nature of work of the embassy. He needs time. For me, when I get a job, I take my time, work with the staff. I go to their offices, sit with them one by one, understand the nature of their work, what they are doing. Practically, for example, the visa system like this, I'll go to their work from desk for them to take me through the practical process of a visa, how to even fill the form, how to go to the net, how to do this, and then where next does it go? I learn distance. And when I have a work environment, I want people to be happy and have peace to work. That is my trademark in all the ministries that I went with. So I got a good understanding of the place and I was working. So whatever he said,
he doesn't
today,
have the understanding, right?
I want to state clearly about the contract. I don't know if I sent it to you.
Yes, I've read it over and over.
Okay, I want to state clearly, and I generally want Ghanaians to understand the process.
Right.
Yeah. We have the responsibility for issuing visas.
Yes.
And visa goes in a passport. People bring in their passports for visas, and you have to return the passport after issuing the visa. Or people apply for Ghanaian passports after we get approval from Accra, and then we issue the passport. It has to be sent to the person. So now we have a system that you will take responsibility for retrieving your passport. the individual applicant takes responsibility. Embassy does not pay any money to mail your embassy this to you. So we have 3 processes when you apply for a visa. You either click and go the line of a company to use that company to work on your visa, to retrieve your passport for you and mail it to you. Or you click on I will come and get it, or you tell the embassy I'll come and take it myself
personally,
or I will do self-addressed envelope and send it to the embassy, and the embassy should mail it to me. Okay, we had problems with the self-addressed envelopes. Sometimes they won't put the correct address. Sometimes they won't put the right postage on the. They don't pay the right amount. But when we are sending, embassy is the sender.
Yes.
So it will go to FedEx. If the address is bad, they will return to us. If the address is not bad, but the postage is not, the amount
it's not accurate.
The amount is not
accurate.
Less than what they charge. They will mail it, but they will bill the embassy.
Right.
So it even came to a point that they took the embassy to collection.
Wow.
They sued us. Not sue, but they took us to collection, and the collection agent was on there to collect the money. The
monies.
And Ghana budget, there's no budget for posting passports. So and during the return, the initiative of return, year of return, we had huge volumes of people coming of us, and sometimes we ourselves in the embassy would do the address wrongly, and then sometimes people apply in group, and when they apply in group, we are allowed to put 3 in one envelope.
Yes.
Sometimes we end up messing them up, and there were usually problems. So just said, look, this was even before I went there. They decided that, look, let's take this mailing process out of our work. In any case, Ghana is not in courier service. We don't operate courier service.
At the embassy? At the embassy.
We don't courier service. So let's take it out. Fred Quatin was asked to develop a method. And he said he already had his company and was already doing some of this work for them. So,
he was asked by the embassy?
Yeah, to develop a method for that. That was 2019.
A courier method?
Yes. So that to follow our system, have a good understanding of our system so that you can mail appropriately. And because he had been in the embassy, he knew the process. So he developed a method. And we allowed him, this was 2019, I went there 2021, and he started the process of delivery. And it went on well. So what the minister was talking about, if you apply for visa, it's not mandatory that you use the private company. You can, for example, say, I'll come and pick it myself. Or you provide a self-addressed envelope, mail it to me. And many people in DC, Maryland area, and Virginia, many of them don't mind. They'll either give self-address or just say, I'll pick it up myself. And they do that. But if you are in California, or you are in Arizona, you are even in the Colorado, Minnesota, the Midwest, or even Florida, Atlanta, do you want to be flying in for your passport? So many of them opted for the private company. And the private company was effective for them. So I went there, I observed 2021, I observed it was working well, 2022. So when I was there, complaints about visas reduced. And the main thing was passports were not getting lost. Or they were not getting mixed up. So that is the process. And it was going on well. So 2021, I said, you are doing this in, you have a company, and you are doing this business, but there's nothing formal on paper. I have to give you something formal on paper.
Oh, you proposed that?
Yes. I said I have to put something formal on paper, so you people bring a draft. So they brought a draft. I studied it, I looked at it, and I said, yes, my concern is one. Ghana government does not incur any expenses. We don't pay you a cent for this. So there's no money obligation on Ghana government. 2, we are exonerated from any issues that you have, for example, non-delivery of a package, or a passport is lost, or there is a problem. You, the company, will be held responsible, not Ghana government. So that's what I put on paper, and that's the essence of the paper. The contract. We are saying that you take responsibility of dispatch of our passports. You take responsibility of the dispatch of passports with visas or passports issued. You deliver them. That is our only relationship with you. You then, but the people can also say, as I said, the other options. It's not mandatory, the other options. And that is it. Ghana government is not in the business, in courier service business. So we don't render courier service. And we don't benefit financially from any courier service. We don't. So this is what I want to make clear. So it's not as if first company called Ghana Travel Company. It's not as if they were taking a job from Ghana government, a job that Ghana government will otherwise do. No, that wasn't the case. And it's not as if they were taking money away from Ghana government, because it's not a job of Ghana government.
Bisano, a career service no asema or also H.E mu the way a man for quite no once and be ma or to me a adieno into the tier so.
In Ghana here, a lot of the embassies do this. What they do is, when you apply for a visa, your passport is actually given to a known courier service like DHL, like FedEx, or those ones.
Yeah.
Why didn't the Ghana embassy do that, but rather deal with an individual like Fred Quartin, who was working with?
He was not doing it as an individual. He set up a company. In the US, a lot of people deal with companies.
Yeah, but he was the owner. Did you know he was the owner?
Yeah, I knew he was the owner. Initially, he was even a part owner, and later on, he became sole with other people. He had his partners. I knew he was the owner. And like I said, I went and observed the work that he started in 2019 was doing very well. And when you go and something is going on well, you don't mess it up.
Yeah, you don't change a winning team.
You don't change a winning team. It was going on well. And I was having my peace. Ghana embassy, everybody was saying that things were going on well. And you go and change a team, and now their passports start messing up, or they have to come there in queues and all that. No, like what is happening now. No, I don't do that.
But did the applicants have the choice to either deal with FedEx or DHL,
yes,
or they all have to choose Fred Quartin?
They don't have to choose. That's what I said. You can do your self-addressed envelope. And when you are going to do your self-addressed envelope, you will go to either FedEx or UPS or the US postal system. You can choose to go to any of them, and then you will get a their envelopes. It will be FedEx envelope, just like courier service, and then they'll give you a label of your address, and you pay the right amount. They will charge you. You pay. Then now you fill your visa form. Put that visa form, that you print out that visa form. You pay online. Our payments is online. You don't bring any check to the embassy. You don't bring any cash to the embassy. We don't take cash. We don't take check. So you pay online, then print evidence of payment. That is your receipt. Then put the receipt together with your form plus your self-addressed envelope that you've generated from either FedEx or UPS or wherever, and then put it inside. So when it comes, they will print the visa, they will receive them. There's a receiving session in the embassy, and go through all the processes.
Right.
When the visa is issued, the ministry staff the embassy staff would then put it inside the pre-addressed envelope
and mail it to you.
Yeah, it's already mailed, and they'll pack them, a number of them, sort them out. The number that is going to FedEx, the number that is going to UPS, and then we get a driver to drive them, but to take them there. But of course, we can't do this. We don't send it out every day.
Yeah.
So some people feel that using the company
was better.
Expediting the process was expedited, and they use the company.
Former Ambassador of Ghana to the United States of America, and of course with offices in Washington D.C. This is Hajia Alima Mahama, former NP. And of course, we are having a very beautiful conversation. According to Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, Fred earned $4.8 million annually. Is it true?
I don't know where he got his calculations from. It can't be true.
And that was a loss to Ghana.
How can it be a loss to Ghana? like I'm saying, Ghana doesn't get involved in courier services. We have hired this company to do courier service for us. He charges. In fact, he went to these various companies to negotiate for a discount, and they gave him a flat rate of two. They gave him a flat rate, so he was able to charge his applicants, his clients, charge them 29.75 per delivery. So that even a group applies and there are 3 passports, and you put the 3 passports, with a limit of 3 passports in an envelope. That's the rule from the various agents. A limit of 3 passports in an envelope. Even if he puts 3 passports in an envelope, he will still charge 29.75. That is the rule.
The cost of one.
Yeah. And we don't make more than 2,500. We don't make more than 2,000 a quarter. 2,000.
This is 3FM.
We don't make more than 2,000 a quarter. And the embassy itself, our revenue from visas, we usually 4 million, 4.2. Sometimes even it's under 4 million.
Under 4 million.
And we charge
for the whole embassy.
Yeah, I mean for visas in a year. And we charge between $100 and $200 for
visas.
For regular visa, ordinary visa, you charge 100. If you want expedited service, we charge 130. If you want multiple single, when I say ordinary single visa, that's 100. Single expedited is 130. If you want multiple visas, it's 150. If you want expedited multiple service, it's 200. So the range is between 100 and 200, and they pay for these visas. And like I indicated, they pay online, and all this payment goes direct into our account.
Okay.
You know, when you pay on credit, usually there's a merchant service company that manages that. It goes direct into your account, into the bank. That is it. So he has no access to any visa money. No way. Yeah. And passports to the same. We don't collect cash. We don't collect checks. You pay direct online. And all you bring to the embassy is evidence of payment. The receipt is provided by the system. And then you bring it and you get your money.
According to Honorable Okujeto Ablakwa, Fred Kwarteng was able to put a certain link on the official Ghana embassy website, directing applicants to him so that he will rather work with them and give them the visas.
No, the link he has is from the beginning. We'll tell you about the services. You can do it through a private company. You can do it through self-addressed envelope, or you can tell us you are coming to collect your address. So it's not mandatory. Okay. Let me explain. So if you go after filling your visa form, and there's a place for you to choose, then you click. If you want the private company, you click. That's what then leads you to Fred link. So it's not as if he put it there. That is part of the process. Then you click and go to the company, Travel and Tours. It then takes you to their website, and then you then contact your courier service affairs with them. That is it. But he doesn't have a link that will say chatting with people, come to my place, come to my place. No. And you know, in the US, they have their own system of advertising themselves, which is not within our link.
Applicants never contacted him directly for visas.
It's possible, but it's not under the under the supervision of the embassy. We don't have that. You know, in the US, they have what they call documentation support. Companies, private sector companies, people go to them to help them fill the forms, do various services for them. Okay, so that is not within the contract. Do you get me? If someone goes there, we are coming for documentary support services. That is absolutely not within.
It's different from the courier contract.
Yeah, it's different from the courier contract. And the contract that I gave him was specifically for courier contract. And that was, you would dispatch the mail. Ghana government, the relationship is between you and the applicant for the visa or for the passport. Your responsibility is to dispatch them. And Ghana government does not pay anything to you for that. you will receive, set your charges and receive from them. We don't even tell them to send. We just say that Ghana government does not offer you any payment.
Hajia, do you know?
And we also had we also indemnify ourselves.
Okay. Right.
We don't take responsibility.
This is 3FM.
So that is a pure simple work.
Hajia, do you know if Fred was getting clients back door, and then he would take their applications and go into the embassy and lobby for them to get the visas, or maybe even issue the visas himself?
He cannot issue a visa.
Okay.
But it's possible that he can lobby. Like, for example, even me as an ambassador, I'm sitting there, someone calls me from Ghana, Black Rasta, you have a friend in the US, you call me, Hajia Alima, my friend, Touchwood, my friends has a funeral. Especially people have funerals and they need to move immediately. Can you help? I will call the consular director and say, we have this person who wants support and they need to move immediately. Can you provide a visa for them? So it's possible that some of the staff, some people will do that. Yeah, it's possible. I will not say that is not possible.
What kind of person was Fred? Behaviorally, what was his behavior like?
In terms of my relationship with him, is professional. Do you get me? I don't look at his behavior, what he's doing, what is that. I'll say he said this is that is that. It's professional. Don't forget, I'm ambassador.
Right.
I'm ambassador. The one who nearest to me is the head of department. He was not a head of department as such. Yeah, he was not a head of department. He worked under the head of chancellery. So he was not a head of department. So that's the relationship. Of course, if I have a technical IT problem with my network, I'll call him I'll tell the officers, call my secretary. My secretary call him, please come and set up. Or I have a Zoom meeting and something is wrong. Oh, my secretary, I will not even call him. My secretary will call him. You get me? So in terms of his behavioral, I don't have this. I'm talking professionally.
Professionally.
The work that he was doing.
This
and
is
I want
3FM.
to emphasize that we gave him this contract, which he started the work in 19, 20, 21. I came in 2022. I observed and I felt that it was good and I'm not going to break it up. And the management came to brief me and took me through and why they were using him. So 2023, I felt, and you know what? There was a glitch.
Tell me about the glitch.
There's a glitch in FedEx. You know, these systems this IT system, sometimes there's a glitch. And it affected the delivery systems. So our passports were held up in Memphis for I think a couple of days. So I started getting calls. You know, people will call. I haven't received my passport. I haven't got this. People will call. People were agitated. So, and I have to tell them that, did you ask us to mail it to you? What did you say? No, I chose a company to bring it. And I said, it's your relationship with the company. It's not your relationship with the ambassador.
Interesting.
It's not your relationship with the embassy. So that was when I started saying that this thing, I have to have a formal document. So that if there's any issue, they don't hold the embassy responsible. If you go and enter into a transaction with a private company for the delivery of your passport, you don't come to blame the embassy when there's a delay. But by and large, they were delivering well. But for this period in 2022, somewhere, I've forgotten the month exactly, where there was the glitch at FedEx, there was no problem throughout. And you know, when there's a glitch, they don't sit for weeks. Within a short time, they fixed it. So they fixed it. And then things went on fine. But then I decided that I need to indemnify Ghana. I need to put this on paper.
And you did it.
And I want to emphasize the thing I want Ghanaians to know is Ghana Embassy is not in courier service. We don't provide courier service.
So there was no conflict of interest?
No, Ghana Embassy does not provide courier service. We give that service, so we give that service out to somebody to provide. And Ghana Embassy does not benefit financially from any courier service. We don't engage in commercial transaction. So to talk about money and therefore there's no revenue sharing. You can't even talk about revenue sharing. If you go to Yoko to talk about revenue sharing, Yoko will say no. Ghana Embassy cannot get involved in any revenue sharing. We don't do that.
Interesting. I'm say motie woman or na so church ni mum kakra am say a bit tricky ni me de kakra me meti ase ne say ofa no so ono so eye adwuma o hobi e no no abie ni company but a buy no a basse wa fraud a Ghana Embassy no share Ghana cra in lusoshi on one will be any business or also ye courier service to avoid the glitch na a cost of FedEx ne UPS no so don't answer until you juma or also ye or also ye as a Ghanaian or also ye juma no maybe a conflict of interest in a kakra so ye juma or was anti career service ne say you know but all the same no at least also no one who do ye near my course so we can make judgment of that. I'm say Ghana no I say politics ni no obi a ye bibi obi a person who say oh politics ntino party we na ye party B na ye party A na ye no bi ade agidin for the next election no but adwuma na nkasa na wo no enye bibre na tene no ho ye but minim say obi a on the judgment and say the bia ye ka no we listen but we don't judge. Her Excellency nyaminsha so timi church na ma say na at least the community say obi a na beje adi but at least also no why of fomo de as a woman in charge na office no nyaminsha onka ho ne mo mpa say adwuma waye no do beba no so ba beto aso na so de Ghana akonka nti etiefo aha na emre bebe kwan na me ne ene enkomo na edu me sure say o DFW hadala sa na say so be papa na say ope baby papa didi a anji winners kitchen if you ni fie pa ne one time na so ye program bi na perseverance ama ho a asevo guest ene Jesus well ono so do pbia no obe ama baby a obi a obe friend na online obe na ahyepo abro baby a obia no na say wo ha so aye ochiman ye hwe mane nse omonso omohun festival no 26 de shisha de nti no say emre wo ho na nye yare a na so akọ bo ni akọma no asakakra no atonyo koga Ghana fest no de baso Ghana fest no September ya shishe nti no emre wo ho a free hwe vendors into community na so oton kobi momoni bibi apese oton bia no jollof ne waache ne sa ne mani nyina o sane apase de emre bi ye no okọ announce why den onso wa sign na waje space na onso de aton na de ahwe ne makakra afie ebe de nti no me sure so be from number no now do din ato vendorship no so na de business bi ayo community no na onso no o exhibit no omohu de oye me sure so be subscribe say de bi say to a onso be kana me da se na me nchira mu nyina bye
kwawo asasi abai edruho bia afi the 38th of Kwawu United of North America Congress 2025 baso ewo Dallas Texas afi die ye tonsa fre kwawuma eni kwawu adehye nyina amwa kwantum se ye mehia sa busu aba kwan na yenye animom yenkeka yensase na yemfa enko yachi enkoboa efrise ani aka to se kunturu hwaye a ni nkyira na ekro afi butaye daso nie sowing a seed of change, growing a brighter tomorrow. A journey kahwai. Yena yemfa na fuam yensensi wo emfa ni dwuman emma ni nwie peyo. Ehyehyeye wo mu nie. Ye free dwumadi ase Friday August 29th, 2025. Akopim Sunday August 31st, 2025. Dwumadi wo mu nie. Friday night, bema ye ho akwaba. Na da ye mpanimfo akire na nuachi ya ye cowboy dance. Saturday anopano 9 to 2 p.m. Aye delegates conference. Saturday night 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. A dinner dance and fundraising. Utaye si ani so ni say ye bema kwawu afa na tuma pefra. Sunday a picnic and kwada su chefa wo mu o. Oba enya oba wachiri famofra ne bra. Ye siesie ba bi so nkwa ma woni a obeju ani da mu ni nyina. Empanifo bie kwa to ho say aboa ne ntakra ene ma ne kese ene mbiase ana homa hunu soro. Etu obia wo pese obori dwumadi hu da wuro. Efo ebruso so ana say dwumadi na se pe. Obetima beda wo hodi aton wo ho ama wiase mansa nyina hu. Kai say a 38th Kwawu United of North America 2025 Congress ewo Dallas Texas eho ena broni beka say everything is big dwumadi we de ninia otimi nyu hu firi mu o asase aban yentijai ebani say yigina de oware ko ho de ahudwom eti bibinia fre Angela Mwako wo 512-843-1828 Dr. Yeboa 512-920-9655 Joe Yeboa 817-729-5052 and Quinsta Asantua 469-888-9166 Kai say Eye Kwawu United of North America 38th Delegates Conference Kwawu Kodiabe Asasiaba